we have Mr. Bobby Dyer with us. He is the mayor of City of Virginia Beach. He is up for re-election this year. Mr. Dyer, I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and coming to MBH of Virginia. It is an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be here.
Mr. Dyer, I'd like to start my questioning with asking you about when and where you were born, where you went to school, and basically talk about your education and career.
Okay, great. You can tell by my accent I'm not from down here. I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey, and I was born there in 1950. And I went to Catholic school with the nuns, and then my dad died when I was 13 years old. And I left high school early and went into the Marine Corps in 1968. And I was trained as an aviation ordnance man, and I worked on Phantom jets from 68 to 72. I went to visit a friend of mine at the Philadelphia VA hospital who was wounded in Vietnam and decided I wanted to become a physical therapist. So I went to college and I became a physical therapist and graduated from St. Louis University in 1976. And then from there, it was a progression of becoming a department head, and eventually I was a vice president for administration at Meadowlands Hospital in Secaucus. And then after a corporate downsizing and merger, I got downsized out of the job, came down to visit a friend of mine that lived in Virginia Beach, saw a house on Lake Christopher and fell in love with it and bought it.
What year was that?
I moved down here in 1990, August 20th of 1990.
And I'm not sure if you had mentioned the year you were born.
1950.
1950.
Yeah, I remember Leave It to Beaver on the first run,
Okay.
back then.
So your education was in physical therapy?
Yeah, I got my Bachelor of Science in Physical Therapy, and then I later went to Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey and got a Master of Public Administration. And then I went to Regent University and got my doctorate in organizational leadership. And I actually taught college. I taught physical therapy at Old Dominion for a couple years and Hampton University for a couple years. But then I taught government at Regent University for 12 years.
What do you love about Virginia Beach?
The people. Just think about it. We live in a resort city where a lot of people come to, and we live here. Within half an hour, no matter where you live in Virginia Beach, you can be at an ocean or a lake, or as a matter of fact, I live on water. The people here are wonderful. We're a very faith-based community of many faiths in this city, and it's the glue that holds us together. And it just has a quality of life with the rec centers and libraries. We're also a very safe city, and we're rated as one of the most livable cities in this country. And that has a lot to do with the people. I love the people.
That the strength of Virginia Beach are the people of Virginia Beach. That's why we are VB Strong. We are the people that live here every day, work here every day. We play here every day. And the people that have responded through trials and turmoil in terms of getting together as a community. We are a community of faith, many, many faiths. Good people coming together that are the glue that hold our great city together. And I have seen through my own eyes that, we find out what we have in common, not what divides us.
What made you think that you would be a good mayor, or would you like to become mayor?
Well, I started off as a city councilman back in 2004 and served for 14 years. And during that time, I was a home care physical therapist. And I've literally been in thousands of homes in Virginia Beach and even more in Norfolk and Chesapeake and Portsmouth. So I had the insight to see how people lived. And, like I said, I love, people. But I enjoyed being a councilman. I did a number of things. I was on the liaison to the Minority Business Council and the Human Rights Commission. And then I also started a process improvement task force about 8 years ago to make the processes of government more compatible with the needs of people. And when the Mayor Sessom stepped down in April of 2018, I just thought it might be worth it to give it a try to run for mayor, and I was fortunate enough to be elected mayor of the city of the Virginia Beach, and I'm very humbled by it.
What you have accomplished that you're proud of so far?
I'll tell you what, we've went through many challenges in this city together. We had an unfortunate tragedy at Building 2. We had the COVID, and, through civil unrest, and finding a new city manager and a new police chief, and it's been a challenging time. But I am lifted by the fact that everybody came together as a city and just helped out so many people. No mayor can do it by him or herself. You have to rely on the city council members, you have to rely on the staff that works for the city, but it's also the people in the city of Virginia Beach that have proved resilient, high quality of people that wanted to go out and help other people. That has been very uplifting to me.
As you know, lots of police departments across the nation have problems with the society. How would you rate the City of Virginia Beach Police Department?
We have a police department that everybody should be proud of. We're the largest city in the Commonwealth, and we are considered the safest large city in the country. Our police are extensively trained, and especially in communication, community relations, and defusing situations. And that we have very, very low incidences and complaints for excessive force or abuse. And we are a gold certified organization, and we have my goal, and I was asked about this not too long ago, was to ask, what do I want my legacy to be in 4 years? When I am finished after my full term as mayor, that this city of Virginia Beach will be the template for the rest of the nation on how a community can come together with their police department and all the people in the city and just unite and find out what we have in common, not what divides us. Doing random acts of kindness to other people. And just being that livable city that just people want to come here and live.
Have the police department gone through extra training, additional training since we've had some problems across the country?
Well, they're in constant training. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. When we had the unfortunate tragedy at Building 2, there were 4 police officers who never really worked with each other, but they were all trained the same way. And they went into a building with an active shooter where terrible things were happening. And they were later followed by many police officers and sheriffs, EMS people, don't forget there were well over 300 people in the building at the time there. And the one thing I found out that we are a city of heroes, and the men and women that serve on our police, our sheriff's department, our fire department, that work our 911, or a team that has really made us a very, very safe and livable city.
Could you tell me what's a typical day of a mayor?
You never have the same day twice. One phone call can change everything. For a long time while I was a councilman, and a lot of times as mayor, I was doing home care physical therapy. But then, the duties of mayor, and I have a joke that the only part-time thing about mayor is the pay. It really has evolved into a pretty full-time job, and you can hear an EMS vehicle, ambulance going right by us. But one of the things that I pride myself on, that I did, since I got sworn in as mayor November 20th of 2018 up until October 1st, I did 1,051 people contacts, cutting ribbons, neither at Steel Corporation or even gourmet cupcake places, beauty parlors. dealing with the public. I went to a woman's 107th birthday party, welcoming people to Virginia Beach, talking to people about bringing their businesses to Virginia Beach. The first people I welcomed into my office after I got sworn in was a homeless couple I met at the Judeo-Christian Outreach Center. So I pride myself. But the other thing is, I have a saying that, I am formally mayor on Tuesdays, but I want people to know me as Bobby D. People from Jersey all got nicknames. And, this way, if I'm sitting in a restaurant, if I'm in Hope Depot or 7-Eleven, I want people to say, that's my mayor, Bobby D. He's approachable. I want to go talk to him. And a lot of people do. I enjoy the people contact. A lot of the duties of the my cell phone is a matter of public record. People reach out, and I have to connect them to the right people that could help them. So whether it being a physical therapist or just being a mayor, trying to help people, and then working with a city council that's very diverse in terms of age and race and political ideology. We're coming together. We had a budget that was unanimous. We hired a minority city manager for the first time in history, who is turning out to be exceptional. We are a great city. The secret is, let's take it to the next level.
So that's your typical day.
That's a typical day. Never had the same day twice.
It's like a box of chocolate.
Forrest Gump.
So you have a chocolate days.
No, I tell you what, it's an honor and a blessing, and I think you got to realize, I think part of the problems with politics is that when people run for office, you're supposed to be a politician, but once elected, you're supposed to become a public servant, and a lot of folks don't make that transition. The day you forget that it's about people, that it's never about me, it's about we. It's about the 453,000 people that live here in Virginia Beach. And, we're a very eclectic city. We have an oceanfront, we have farmlands, we have a town center, but then we got many, many people that live here. And we have a strong military presence, and they're very much a part of the fabric of our city. When problems come up, the idea is to get them solved and resolved.
When would a person need to see you? At what point the person finds it needing to see you and talk to you about the problems?
Well, I am, the COVID put a little damper on things for a while, but I always welcome people to either call me on the phone or make an appointment, or, the reason I'm here today. I like honoring people's requests, and I want to be that high-touch mayor that, that is the mayor for everybody. I want people to know that I am the people's mayor.
Why would people have to think that you're the better choice of a mayor than someone else? Give them reasons.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really feel that I've been tested. I've gone through challenges with many other people. I feel I've been a steady hand on the tiller. I have significant experience as an elected official, and I understand what local government is about, a thorough knowledge of it. I know people what's going on. We went through challenges. We have more ahead of us. We are still rated a great livable city. We are, the satisfaction surveys that they do rate us as a very good government. We're rated as one of the most efficiently best run cities in the country. So the question comes, why would anybody want to change? And I think I've proved myself, and I would love to be hired again for 4 more years.
What are the future challenges as you see them?
Well, bringing business into the city. One of the biggest problems we have is that when we send our children to colleges, there's no jobs for them here. They're in Northern Virginia, DC, New York. We're in the process of, bringing those businesses down here. But then the other thing is stormwater, which we're really starting to address right now with the flooding and the quality of life. We got to make sure that we stay safe. We got to make sure that our schools, our teachers are paid, and we have that high standard. But the other thing is we're an aging city. Our roads, our bridges, our infrastructure are aging. So we got to go out and create those new money sources to help pay for it, so we're not burdening the residential taxpayer or businesses like yourself. We have to allow everybody the opportunity to not only survive but thrive in the city of Virginia Beach.
Anything I did not ask you you'd like to talk about?
Well, it's about my campaign motto, Bobby Dyer for mayor, community, unity, and prosperity. And when I say community, unity, and prosperity, I mean that's for everybody. Everybody has to have an equal opportunity to do business and live in Virginia Beach. We have to be a welcoming community. We have to be a diverse community. We have to be a safe community. But just having people have a lot of pride for living in the city of Virginia Beach. That's what we strive.
Mayor Bobby Dyer, thank you very much for coming and answering my questions and other people's questions. Thanks again.
Oh, thank you. It's a privilege to be here. And you know where to find me when you need me.
Do you feel it? Yeah. Do you feel it? Yeah. Victory in the air. But I'll tell you what, it's not about me, it's about we. Do you realize that we live in the best city in the country for so many reasons? Do you realize we live in a resort that people actually want to come? But guess what? We live here. What an important election this is. This is not about Trump and Biden. This is not about a lot of things. This is about the soul of America, and it's the soul of Virginia Beach. And we have people. Now, let me put it this way. I think we can agree that both parties got kind of hijacked by their extremists. But most of us are right in the middle. We're good Americans. We do good things for each other. And that's what we need to come together. We cannot allow the radical left to come in here and just destroy our economy and change the way of life as we know it. Life in the world of political correctness is not just acceptable at all. We got to be people. We got to be afraid to talk to each other and embrace each other. But right here, I guess the radical left really feels that now that they got some influence up in the Beltway and there's nothing but bipartisan bureaucratic malpractice up there with gridlock, they have our delegation in Richmond. And look what come out of Richmond. Look what kind of things they were demanding our police to do. I'll tell you what, maybe some of these folks should take a ride along one night and find out what our brave men and women do on a daily basis. I am going to ask you to just vote for me on November 3rd, but do some homework. Google me, go to YouTube, see where I've been, see where I want to go. What I want to do is take the greatest city and take it to the next level. Good organizations always strive to improve. And when I was asked the other day, and I'll end on this, I was asked, if you're reelected, what do you want your legacy to be 4 years from now? And I said this city, our city with the people, has the opportunity to be the template for the rest of this nation on how a community can get it together and work with each other, work with their police, and just have that sense of community and pride. My political slogan, community, unity, and prosperity. And that means for everybody. The level playing field, a city of inclusion and diversity, and a city of yes. So everybody, I say, thank you, God bless you, because we are America, but guess what? We're Virginia Beach, and Virginia Beach strong. Thank you.